First of all, I need to tell you guys about this new makeup primer that I've been using. It's by a brand called Mally Beauty, and they sent it to me, and I had never really heard of them before. So you guys know I'm always down to try a new makeup product. So what it is it's basically like an alternative to setting powder, because you guys already know how my powders turn out when I toss them around in my bag. Like, I can't tell you how many Fenty and Invisimatte powders I've bought, how many travel size powders I bought thinking that that would somehow work better in a purse than a bigger size pressed powder. But no, they all shatter just the same. So this one is actually like, I wouldn't call it a putty texture, but see, look, I'll dig my nail into it so that you can see a little better. See that? It's sort of like a matte putty texture, but it's not jiggly like putty. Like, it's still a pretty thick gel. It almost feels like the texture of Edge Control, but like way thinner on your face. I don't know if this is making sense, but anyway, I've been using it as a makeup primer, and I'm gonna show you how it sort of just like cuts down excess shine on your face. See that? How it just sort of like mattified it. Now, what I was afraid of is that, see, I'll do my forehead next. What I was afraid of is that it would make my skin look so matte and powdery that I would be just out here looking dry as hell, but it doesn't. You look that way before you put the makeup on, but once you actually get your foundation on, you'll see when I'm done with my makeup, it does not compromise how your foundation is supposed to look at all. It just helps it last longer. So I've been liking this. I just wanted to tell you about it. But as I do my makeup, let me fill you guys in on what's going on. So today is August 29th. The week is almost over. The month is almost over. And I'm just like freaking out because I did not realize, you guys, how close my birthday was. If you know, you know, it's Virgo season. But my birthday is September 11th. And usually by now, like my Virgo girls, you guys know, we never not have our birthday completely planned by now. Like, even if we know we just want to do something small, we have at least decided that before it's actually our birthday week. Like, this is insane behavior for me. I'm not used to not knowing what I'm doing for my birthday. But I don't know, you guys, like this year it just doesn't really feel like my birthday. I don't mean to say that in like a depressing way or anything, but like I don't feel like I've accomplished anything that I said I was gonna accomplish when it was my last birthday, because the way I view birthdays is like a personal new year. Like, this is my new year of life coming up, and I, honest to God, feel like since my last birthday, since turning my last age, like the most to come out of this age was maybe like really great memories with my boyfriend and probably just launching this YouTube channel. Like those, and I know those things seem huge already, but like career-wise, money-wise, I'm just not happy with the progress that I've made the past 365 days. And I'm not saying this to like call myself any names or like give up on myself or whatever. I'm just being very objective. Like, one thing about earth signs is we are able to recognize a lack of progress without it meaning that we're like depressed or like giving up on ourselves. Like, that's not what it is at all. I'm literally just objectively looking at the list of things I wanted to accomplish and the list of things on that list that are done right now, and it's not many. So that's how I'm feeling. So I'm just sort of feeling like, what am I celebrating? Like, bitch, you did not do shit the past 365 years. Not to talk down on myself, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, have you guys ever felt like that around your birthday? Like, you just, as the day gets closer, you just feel so much pressure to evaluate what you have accomplished in life since your last birthday. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, because from such a young age, I always convince myself that my birthday is like my personal new year and a fresh start. And it's like, I literally call it my rebirth day. Because that's like the day that you can start. I mean, really, you can wake up every day and start a new habit that will better yourself. But I really put a lot of that energy into my birthday. Like, this is a fresh start. This is the time to make a list of things you want to accomplish next year and get them done. This is the time to Like, think about the person you want to be your next birthday after this and start working towards becoming that person. Start like forming those great habits that, oh, you know what else I did? I wouldn't call it consistent in the gym, but I got way more comfortable with the gym this year. So that's nice. Not me like basically saying I didn't accomplish it and then while I'm talking about it, thinking of more things to do. But you know what? That's like the healthy way to go about it. Anytime you start to feel like you're not accomplishing shit in life, like honestly, it's kind of nice when your brain reminds you like, girl, be quiet. You've done fine. It's just 1 year out of how many years that you get to live? 100? So, but yeah, that's really the main reason why I haven't been planning anything for my birthday. It's just like this overwhelming feeling of like a deadline coming up or something. And I just, I guess shied away from planning the celebration because I don't feel like I'm celebrating anything. Does that make sense? Like I don't know. I just usually am in way more of a birthday mood by now. I usually have like a whole list of things that I want to do for my birthday and a whole list of like people I want to see. And I just feel like this year I'd be okay if I just save my money and let it pass me by. Maybe it's a money thing. Maybe it's a money thing because you guys know I've been job searching, and because of that I've been trying to be as tight with my money as possible so that if I do get so fed up with this job that I just want to leave and not have anything else lined up yet, I can do that. So I've just been really tight with my money, like I guess not tight with my money, but smart with my money. No, I'm lying. It's both. It's definitely both. But like, yeah. So I guess I'm just like feeling the pressure of having a lot of things to pay for, because with the birthday comes a lot of costs. Like if you want to do a vacation, that's a cost. Even if you want to stay at home and just do a small dinner, that ends up being a cost. If you want to get your hair done, your nails done, laser appointment, lashes, like prepping for a birthday is expensive. And I just have been trying my best all summer not to spend any money. So now I've been doing so well with that blowing so much money on one day feels wasteful this year. And I hate the fact that my brain is becoming such a fucking adult. Because who does that? Skimps on their birthday celebrations? That's a level of adulthood that I never wanted to reach. That's a level of maturity that I don't find as inspirational or aspirational at all. I always feel like no matter what age you are, you should celebrate your birthday to the fullest extent, as much of an extent as you're in the mood for, because like you deserve it, you know? And even if you don't deserve it, so what? It's your birthday. And that's like the other half of how I feel right now. Half of me is like, girl, what are you celebrating? What are you blowing thousands of dollars for? To celebrate what? What out of your goals from last year did you accomplish? None. I'm exaggerating saying none, but you know what I mean. You know the feeling I mean. And then also it's the fact that my boyfriend's birthday is 6 days after mine. Yes, 2 Virgos, right? Isn't that crazy? How can we tolerate each other? 6 days after mine, right? So in addition to just like trying to make sure I have a semi-enjoyable day, I don't really care for myself much this year for my own birthday. I really just want to make sure he has a good birthday too, because I just feel like he really deserves it. So I'm going to try my best to make sure we both have a great birthday, because I don't know, I guess we're both sort of in that mood this year. Like there's so much that we're working towards. It's like we're not in the mood to celebrate, but it just feels like, where are we finding the time, and do we want to pull money out of our goals to celebrate our birth? So that's the only thing. Like we're both very focused type of people, so when we have bigger things on our mind, the smaller things, like we feel no type of way about just letting the day pass. But we're both actively trying to talk each other out of doing that, because what you don't want to do is just let your birthday pass every single year to the point where now you're 5 years down the line of doing that, and you either, number one, hate birthdays because you've never made them feel special for yourself, or number two, you don't care for birthdays at all. Like I never want to become that jaded where I wake up on my birthday and like, I don't know, go to work or something like that. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's so many different feelings of adulting right now. I'm so confused. I'm so impatient with where my life is. I'm so ready for the next chapter. I'm so ready to have something that I see is worthy of celebrating, that I guess in the grand scheme of things, celebrating the fact that I was born doesn't really qualify for my happiness right now. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds terrible to put it that way, but really, I just have so much more that I wanted to be celebrating by now, that it feels so corny to be only celebrating the fact that I was born. Like, by now, I wanted to be celebrating the fact that in the past year, I secured a new job in the middle of the pandemic. I wanted to be celebrating the fact that I am closer to getting my own apartment. I wanted to be celebrating the fact that, I don't know, something life-changing happened to me and my life changed for the better. And so this is my first year of my new chapter of life. And it's just like, it didn't come together in the timeline that I thought it would. So I'm like annoyed at how slowly and random life is, because you think you have everything planned out and then the days go by, the months go by, the years go by, and you really start to realize that like you could make the most detailed, bulletproof plans, and after all of that, no matter how much hard work you put behind it, it's still a waiting game. And I know this has been a theme in a lot of my vlogs and videos lately, but it is such a waiting game no matter how good of a planner you are. That is like mind-boggling to me, because as a Virgo, someone who has planned out my life from maybe since I was born, I just always felt like if I figure things out and am proactive enough, am hardworking enough, am networking enough, impressive at work enough, then my life will turn out how I plan. But it's just like what I'm realizing, if there's nothing else that this past year has taught me, it's that it doesn't matter how much you plan, prepare, or work, you still have to wait. Like, waiting is a part of it regardless, which is annoying to me in a sense also, because I always just figured that hard work could help me skip the line of like waiting my turn. I always figured that hard work, being smart, being good at what I do can help me to achieve the things that I want faster than the people who are lazy or bad planners or whatever else you want to call it. And it's just so much more random than I thought. Like, life is really random. Really random, nonsensical. You're thinking that if you lay your life out in a certain way, then certain things will come to you immediately as soon as you want them. But then you see how it really plays out, and it's just so much more of a waiting game than I ever expected life to be. I don't know why, no matter how many cliche quotes about that I've heard, I just truly didn't feel like having to wait my turn applied to me in life. And I know that sounds crazy, but when you know your passion from such a young age and you're such a hard worker for a long time, I guess you sort of feel like it's only a matter of time. So you never really feel like all those quotes about having to wait your turn, and I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm just trying to say that life is so random that you can't plan it out. You can't plan out when your blessings are going to hit you. You can't. Hard work is important, but even after the hard work, there's still hella factors that play into your life that you have no control over. And my main lesson from the past year is that I have to not be frustrated by the fact that that's true. Like, I have to not be frustrated at the fact that no matter how hard I worked to get into a certain school, or no matter how hard I've worked at pushing past my shyness and networking and all of this stuff, there's still so many parts of my story that I can't decide. So that's something that I've really learned to live with this year, like just waiting. Like just waiting and being able to maintain that tenacity that I've always had, that like motivation, consistency, hard work, that drive, ambition. You have to really, 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 really learn to take care of that. Those great traits about yourself that are going to help you reach success. You have to not let impatience get you down. So I guess if I had to name one of my accomplishments this year, it would be just learning that and living with it and getting good at it. Like really getting good at patience and really getting good at seeing people my age do things that I want to do. Or really getting good at observing other people's success. And sort of just saying, not necessarily how did they do that and why them, but really just saying, I can't wait until that's me. Like just sort of looking at my goals with excitement rather than impatience, or with motivation rather than depression. It's one thing that I've gotten really good at this past year, like learning to regulate my emotions when I'm having a really hard day at work and I'm just so tired of this chapter and ready for what's next, and then next thing you know, I open my email and see another rejection email from a job. Like I've gotten such tough skin this year that if I had to choose anything about this year that was an accomplishment, it's that. Like just really learning to not go with the flow, because I don't think ever in my life will I be a fucking go with the flow person. I think I'm always gonna be a little bit tense about what's next, and that's just me, and I've learned to manage it. But just learning how to accept my current state, be excited for what's next, and not stressed about the timing of when next will come. The only thing is, that's not really the type of accomplishment that people can see. It's something that's on the inside. So I can't really throw a birthday party with the theme of like, yay, celebrating the fact that I've accepted that life is life. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of hard for me to pick a like an overarching theme of what I'm celebrating for my birthday this year, because I feel like all of the changes have been inside. All of the strength and accomplishments that have been going on are entirely mental, and I don't really have much in the physical realm to show for the past year. But I have so much on the inside to show for the past year. So if you're ever feeling like you didn't accomplish enough in general, or accomplish enough to celebrate your next birthday, I guess you can just sort of think about, what have you accomplished on the inside? Like, how do you feel this year compared to how you felt this time last year? Because let me tell you, last year I still found it in me somehow to celebrate, but deep down I was sort of worried that another birthday would come and I wouldn't have accomplished what I wanted to. And that fear actually did come true, because I didn't accomplish a lot of what I wanted to, but so much like inner strength came from it as well. So I guess I had no reason to be afraid of not accomplishing anything, because even when you don't accomplish anything, you accomplish a different level of like inner tenacity that you didn't have before, or maybe that you thought you weren't capable of having. So yeah, I finished my makeup, by the way. I'm done. That's what it is right now. But anyway, we need to get started on our day, because I have a lot to do today in addition to going to work. Hello, my loves. I originally recorded that Get Ready With Me as a part of a full vlog, but the more I was editing, I just realized that it could very well stand as its own message, its own video. So I hope that listening to it helped you out in feeling not so alone if you haven't accomplished all of your wildest dreams within the past 12 months. I just want you, now that you have watched it, to make a list of whatever it is you want to accomplish. Get up, make your bed, and really just start to take those small steps towards whatever it is you think you want. And one last thing, we as people tend to settle for things because we think that there's some sort of shortage in availability of what we really want. And that's simply not true. There is no shortage of your wildest dreams. Whatever you want to accomplish, no matter how many other people in the world also want that, no matter who else in the world who maybe started off a little bit ahead of you wants what you want, there's still enough for you to go and get it. Whatever it is, whether it's a job, a relationship, a lifestyle, peace, joy, wealth, creativity, anything that you are striving for, anything that you're longing for, anything that deep down you've always wished for, it's available. There's enough available for everyone. So when you're thinking about your goals and when you're thinking about what you're capable of, just remember to choose those dreams and choose those goals over whatever may seem familiar to you or attainable to you or whatever just is immediately in your reach right now. Don't be afraid to reach for more. Don't be afraid to have crazy goals, and just in the meantime, work on your patience with achieving those goals, and it will take you so far. You will have so much peace you won't even believe. I didn't want to close this message without saying anything, so I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you guys in the next vlog here on Fine Beauty Bible, and I also have plenty more beauty videos to come. Have a great one. Bye.